Dearest mother, dearest father, this letter will be the very last that I write to you from the rising stones. As I commit these words to parchment, I fondly recall my journey as a scion. From the time I first walked into the Order's former halls, to the time I set forth to forestall the final days. At the farthest reaches of the Sea of Stars, we fought the battle of our lives. Fought against despair itself, a veritable maelstrom of it, fed by the resignation that dwelled in the hearts of beings not so unlike ourselves. Full oft have I harbored the same malaise. Have I been brought to my knees, crushed by the weight of sorrow and defeat, convinced that I will never rise again. However, I have also known many moments of unbridled joy and happiness. By this truth do I find hope within, blooming resplendent, like the Elpis flower. And thus do I endure. Do I look forward to creating more memories with my friends and loved ones. For from these fertile seeds, yet more hope shall spring forth. And they will grow to become shining lights that illuminate the dark. Thus believing, I leave the rising stones behind, as will my comrades. For, as we have decided, after careful deliberation, we are disbanding the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
What?
There you are, Alphino. Everyone is already gathered in the foyer.
My apologies. I'll be right there. At least, that is what the story will be. Sorry to keep you all waiting.
What could you possibly have left to do now?
Oh, just a letter.
I imagine it will be a while before we can gather like this again.
So it must be, if we're to keep up appearances. From now on, it falls to the Grand Company of Eorzea and its allies to deal with the realm's crises.
Meanwhile, we shall return to our erstwhile ways. Retreating from plain sight, to take our place in the shadows once more.
Indeed. For the foreseeable future, I expect that we must work independently as we seek out problems that want for solving. But a day will come when we face another great challenge, and we will face it together, as we always have.
As much as I look forward to that day, I do hope it doesn't come anytime soon.
Well, formal association or no, if any of you should require my services, you need but ask. I'll be glad to keep my lance arm honed.
I'll hold you to that. So you had better keep your link pearl on hand.
So you really mean to stay, Tataru?
Oh, someone has to keep the Rising Stones in proper order. And even a super-secret organization requires a super-secret base of operations. To the rest of the world, it will be naught more than a workshop for Eorzea's foremost up-and-coming artisan. If you thought our coffers were full to bursting before, just wait till I can devote myself wholly to the crafts.
Plotting to build a mercantile empire to rival that of Lord Lodorito, are we?
I, for one, look forward to your future successes, Tataru, as do I our next meeting.
And with that, I believe it is past time you all made ready to depart. Leave no preparations undone or words unsaid, all right? Now, off with you.
Oh, I get to play again. Oh, nice. Sick. Sick. Hold up. I need this. I need this. Okay. Let's see what our comrades have to say after that. Oh my lord. Let's start with Best Boy. What's up, Graha? Please voice acting. Please. Fuck! Oh, sorry. Well, you have a moment to talk? No, I don't. I just came and sought you out for nothing. Scions stepping away from the public eye. I've been left to consider what new endeavors I might pursue. What about our adventure we're supposed to go on? And after speaking with Kryl, I've decided I'll be assisting her in rebuilding the students of Aldesian. Huh. Not only am I indebted to Master Golf for giving me a new home, but had our order never existed, I would have never set foot within the Crystal Tower. Okay. How different my life might have been. I would have never met you. Never become caretaker of the tower. Never become a scion. Oh no. You gave me the chance to do so much good. I hope to continue to do so with the students. For an added benefit, new mysteries often find their way to the doorsteps. To our doorsteps, not their doorsteps. Mysteries that could prove ideal for fulfilling our promise to embark on a new adventure together. And there it is. I was wondering with it. Unlike any we've experienced before. Whenever you have the time and inclination, my friend, I stand ready to accompany you into the unknown. You recall the realm of the Omnicrons. When I asked if you thought I may someday be mentioned in your epic. While 'tis true that to earn a place at your side would be stuff of dreams, you want your own, right? You want your own? In the end, nothing would give me greater joy than to stand with you in the here and now. Oh, okay, never mind. It needn't be some grand endeavor. It needn't be a promise. Whenever adventure calls, I won't hesitate to invite you, and I hope you will do the same for me. As long as you don't overexert yourself. I know. I can all but hear Lina and Beck Lug's voice each time you remind me. As much as we have already seen, there's still so much we haven't. Who knows, perhaps we'll even encounter survivors of the Omnicrons somewhere out there. I hope not! God! After all, given how they took to the stars, it isn't implausible that some found themselves far from home. And should we encounter a wayward traveler, awaiting commands that will never come, are you gonna usher them? I would bid them seek adventure with someone. And with that partner, find new purpose, a new dream. Or if crystals can hold fast to dreams, why not Omnicrons? Wherever your plan may lead, do not hesitate to send word. Should a commission of interest come my way, you'll be the first to know. Alright, Sheila, what you got? This is our wholesome bonding moment. Voice acted? I already know it's not. Oh, and are we saying our farewells too? I hadn't at present planned on a journey of any great length. Not that I am adverse to a moment or two of quiet reminisce. In fact, there was something I'd been meaning to ask you. Something that has been in my thoughts since the last flames of the final days subsided. During our travels, we have witnessed more than a lifetime's worth of oddities and spectacles. More than can be easily recalled or remembered. And nestled amongst those memories are certain essential facts. History of Atheris and the ancients, glimpses of the idea of their culture, and philosophy, as I have a throat. Rather than simply hoard such treasure in my mind, I wonder if I should not be disseminating them in formal records for wider consumption. Oh no, go back. Oh. When needed, I have penned reports and prepared briefings, but ever have I balked at the idea of binding the subject of my studies in a book or tablet. Truth is given shape and interpretation when we seek to capture it with our words. It is invariably molded to fit a narrative, no matter how well intentioned the rendering. An event is described as sad, a summation which fails to express the emotional complexity, yet the word on the page is what endures, a pale shadow of reality. Break. Throughout history, some have deliberately embellished the truth, but I believe many, if not most, deviations are the result of similar linguistic shortcomings, falling one upon the other, until the end result is unrecognizable from its origin. Yeah, I mean, if you just want some fucking some poetry lessons, I mean, Orianje's got that shit in there. Wait, when is the emergency, mate? When? How long? I didn't see the thing. Event? Oh, is it this? Uh. 10 PST? Oh, okay, that's fine, that's fine. Bless. Let me be done with this. is why I fear that writing an account in my words would be akin to diluting fine wine with water. Yet even the potential for corrupted meaning, I do, of course, realize the importance of keeping written records. Without them, my search for wisdom would be a painful affair indeed. What say you on the matter? Shall I take up the quill, reflect upon those experiences only we have shared, seek to preserve them for posterity? I mean, yeah. Aye, let them be read and remembered. Absolutely. As long as I get a commission of the book deal. All that matters, okay? You use my name, okay? Every time you use my name, 10 cents. Every time someone reads my name, 10 cents. So, usually sparingly. Or 10 gil, whatever the fuck. Very well then. I shall endeavor to pen what I can of the Ia, and the ancients, and so many other wonders. But I am no scribe. It will be less a polished work and more recording of scattered notes. Get Orionji! Oh my. In any case, I feel much better for having sought your opinion. Left to our own devices, we tend to overthink such things. I will otherwise return to following where my curiosity leads. After all, the safe method of travel to the first yet eludes me, and our venture into the great expanse has prompted an entirely new set of questions. Should you stumble into the unknown or struggle with some impenetrable mystery, know that I am at your beck and call. It never hurts to see things from a different perspective, and mine is rather different than most. That's because you got them special eyes. Justinian, what's up? What you got? You're just gonna look at each other? I'm fine with no dialogue. That's fine. That's great. Fantastic. If you have something to say, then out with it. Just wondering how I'll earn my keep now. What? I thought you adventurers had any number of ways to earn coin. Though the Scions' mode of operation has changed, we should be compensated as before. In any case, they do not want for opinions, even if some are worse than others. No sooner did Aymeric hear about our disbandment than he offered me a position as the guardsman in the Imperium district. As a former Azure Dragoon, I'm guaranteed to be popular, he said. What does he take me for? Even without his meddling, I'm perfectly capable of finding employment, and have. What are you? What are you doing? Some days ago, a Hannish envoy arrived with word from Vitra. The worm requests my presence as soon as things have settled down here. Yo! Dragoon is back. He didn't deign to mention why I'm needed, but it pertains to dragons, like it's not. Davnir, like elsewhere, the phenomena caused by the final days abated when you defeated Metian. But it was too late for those who had already transformed. Life is beginning to return to normal for the survivors. Of those who sought refuge in Charlian, most have already returned home. But many do not have a home to return to, nor loved ones. By an arrangement between Vitra and the Forum, such souls may remain in Charlian if they wish to work and study. Vitra was always the satrap in truth. It's gratifying to see him become one in name as well. One who has the complete confidence of his people. The envoy's tone was any indication. I often find myself speaking favorably of dragons of late. Not so long ago, I would have assumed his benevolence hid ulterior motives, but 'tis clear he cares for his people, and they in return revere him. To know such a nation may flourish is comforting. Nearest kin sought release from conflict. So wary were they of suffering it wrought. So wary were they of the suffering it wrought. They surrendered to oblivion. But Midgard's former didn't give up. In hope, he made the journey to distant Aetheris with its clutch of eggs. And though his progeny went on to be embroiled in conflict with men, there were times when they transcended hatred to abide in harmony. As a legacy and their triumph. My lance, I feel the weight of their struggle, the strength of their resolve. It lends me strength. These things I might never have learned had I not joined you. Should you ever need me, I will come. At the very least, might be an opportunity to earn coin. Wow, just use me for money, bastard. You bastard. All right, Thanker, what's up? Ah, our champion and savior. I was beginning to think my chance for an audience would never come. That sounded more amusing in my head. Speaking of heads, I was worried about yours. The rest of you, for that matter. On the mend, I trust. Glad to hear it. You're in a bad way. And healing magics or no, I'm impressed at how swiftly you recovered. And again, this is hardly the first time you've cheated death. Your strength of will has never failed to astonish me. Like what you accomplish. Betty defeated, her song of oblivion cut short, the source and all her reflections delivered from the final days. If you had faltered at the last, then all hope would have been lost, but you held fast. Now Reen has a tomorrow to look forward to, and I could ask for no greater gift than that. As for a lesser gift, however, the next time you see her, I would appreciate you not describing my travel plans with Orion J as aimless wandering. We have purpose in our roaming, after all, keeping an eye on things in an absence of the Scions on the world stage. There'll never be an end to little problems that go unattended by nations. We'll do our best to help out where we can. Which I suppose is an approach not far removed from aimlessly wandering when you get down to it. Perhaps you could tell her I'm faring well, and leave it at that, eh? I need to mention this feeling of being uprooted. I've never been one to stand still for long. When I think of home, it is the rising stones which comes to mind. How many times have we set out from the space, thence to return when our work was done? When the days of the Scions came together, I only hoped for Minfilia to find a place where she belonged. But never did I expect myself to find one here. Indulge me, Zoe. I have a question for you. Imagine Minfilia herself is asking. Are you glad you joined the Scions? Best decision ever made. Hi. I can honestly say the same. For all good things must come to an end, at least for a time. Do you need a helping hand for infiltration or reconnaissance? You know who to ask. I'll come running. You'll likely get a certain funny-talking fortune teller in the bargain. Funny-talking fortune teller. Or Yanje. What's up, Kral? What you got? Oh, Zoe, how are you feeling? Any lingering aches or pains? I can't apologize enough for sending Xenos to find you in Ultima Thule. When he came to me in Charlian, I was truly torn. As ever, there was only one thing on his mind. Forced to make a decision, I reasoned that if he would not be deterred from seeking you out, he might at least aid us in our cause, so I struck a bargain. In the end, he was true to his word. You defeated him despite your earlier exertions. But knowing the state you were found in, it could have easily ended very differently. My decision almost cost you your life. No words could express the remorse I feel. Yeah, but I mean, without him, we wouldn't have killed the one chick anyway. Doesn't matter. Worked out. You did the right thing. It's a relief to hear you say that. Thank you. Time and time again, I've been made to feel woefully inadequate. I wasn't much use in the battle, nor could I face the forum without my nerves getting the better of me. It always fell to you and the others. I must and will do better. I shall begin with the restoration of the students of Valdesian. Through our work, Charlian will strengthen its ties with other nations, that we may be better prepared to face whatever threats arise in the future. Of course, this isn't something I can accomplish alone, but thankfully I have the staunchest of help in Raha and Ojika, and our other remaining members together will continue Grandfather's work. As before, certain commissions will take us to dangerous locales, and we may need to call upon seasoned adventurers. At such times, may you be willing to assist us? Not because you feel obligated, mind you, but because you feel alert for the task itself. Sure. I guess I'll help for a price. For a price. Marvelous. If something of interest arise, I shan't hesitate to reach out to you. Until that day, I shall endeavor to become a more dependable comrade. Up, Alphina, what you got? Oh, Zoe, pray forgive me for delaying the gathering. I was writing a letter, you see, to my parents. As busy as Father has been, attending the aftermath of the Exodus, he has been good enough to show concern for the Scions. And besides, I've made them worry enough for a lifetime. Henceforth, I will endeavor to write as often as I am able. A short time to set their minds at ease while we continue to be away from Charlian. Add the brain part. Both Lisa and I are off to assist with Garwold's recovery, you see. So, uncertainty remains over what will become of the nation. We cannot well leave the capital in its present state. We will join those members of the Ilzavar contingent still stationed there. Lucia and Maxima helmed the relief effort with support from our allies, people of Garlemald among them. They will gradually be joined by those who have finished treating the tempered across the lands. Lest you misunderstood, do not seek redemption for failing Licinia and her sister. As a burden we must always bear. Nay, we go because of the truth in Lord Quintus's words. The truth that whatever ideals individuals may espouse, nations are not moved to action unless they stand to benefit. For the foreseeable future, the fallen empire will be at the mercy of both internal and external forces. Though I do not doubt the intentions of the contingent, with the greater powers involved in the relief effort, our allies may well find themselves drawn into a political agenda. In going, we seek to ensure that the needs of the people come first, to understand their hearts, that we may better help them begin anew. I'll visit when I can. You can write me, but I'm not reading it. By all means, I'm glad I would be for your visit. I believe I speak for Elise as well. Alize, not Elise. Holy fuck. Jesus. For fairly as long as I've been in Eorzea, you've been at my side, watching over me. Good times and in bad. How many times have we gathered to share tidings? None could possibly keep count. The world is changing and will continue to do so, no matter what the future brings. Hope that I can ever look to you, good times and in bad, as a dependable comrade and dear friend both. Thank you, Zoe, from the bottom of my heart. Elise, what's up? I didn't forget your name. Nope, didn't. Nope. Had a brain moment. Oops. Zoe, seen your preparations, have you? Just making another sweep of my belongings. wouldn't do to find I've forgotten something halfway to my destination. Oh, and in case you haven't heard, we received new reports detailing the devastation caused by the final days. It appears the situation is gravest in the land surrounding the bounty, where the sky first began to burn. After that, the calamity was observed in the far north and Garlemald, the frozen lands beyond. We also had reports of the heavens catching fire in isolated locations, one of which was the area in the northern empty. Had our quest taken any longer, Sharlayan too may have come under threat. Thank goodness it's over now. Be sure blasphemies and lesser beasts may still be roaming about, but these localized crises should be well within the capabilities of each nation to handle on their own. Scions are no longer needed, which isn't to say that we won't help out where we can, of course, as individuals. No more of this order business. For my part, I'll be heading to Garlemald with Alphino. They were among the worst affected and still need all the help they can get. It won't be easy. An inevitable part of aiding those in need is coming face to face with tragedy. Knowing that doesn't make it any easier, though. I'll curse my weaknesses, my inability to fix every problem, and save every lost soul. But no matter how much it hurts, I won't give up. I'll do what I can for as many people as I can, begrudging no effort. And should I find myself discouraged, I'll remember you. Think back fondly to one of your many moments of triumph, and the accompanying determined expression. Even those that still annoy me in retrospect, like when you activated the teleporter without warning. Should you hear about me, I want you to remember too. Remember that I'm out there somewhere, trying my best. I look forward to hearing all about the legendary LSA Levior. Not that I'm trying to become famous or anything, that being said. Next time we meet, I'll be vastly improved. So don't be surprised when you find yourself marveling at me. Whatever you say, kid. All right, Orion, I saved the best for last. Okay, I want you to know that. You're my favorite. Only wish you had voice acted stuff. Zoe, thou hast spoken with our comrades. Though this parting be not forevermore, there's nonetheless occasion for sorrow, akin to a pixie's path. The navigation of such farewells is a perilous endeavor indeed. For their part, however, the Loporits embark upon a new journey. Though bereft of its purpose as a vessel, the moon yet remaineth hospitable for creatures of Aetheris. Thus do our lunar visitors convene with the Forum, intent upon assigning some new and beneficial role to our solitary satellite. Yet ere that may come to pass, there is much and more each party must learn of the other, a process which doth promise to be eventful indeed. To that end, a cadre of Loporits hath gleefully dispersed across our lands in the name of mutual understanding. Oh, good. Or knowing everyone now. Alan Tiz said, did imbue them with her love for all things born of the star. And 'tis Vinay's own nature, I believe, which doth manifest in irrepressible, inexhaustible curiosity of theirs. Having witnessed to that which they strove to achieve, I wish most keenly for their labors to be rewarded, but their abiding affection for man's result in a boon for all. Moreover, I hope to continue our acquaintance and share such knowledge as they see fit to impart. Acquaintance, I call it friendship. True, hell yeah, dude. You were the fucking one that spent all the time with him. I did not wish to presume. I would be honored should they consider me a friend. It is certainly true that I've grown fond of their company. The fuck? Ah, but I shall digress no further. This day should belong to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Mine incomparable companions. Oft times hath mine reticence caused thee grief, and mine actions spurred allies to suspect betrayal. And yet, here amongst you, I still stand. No amount of words could express my gratitude for thine acceptance and forgiveness. Thus instead, I do prefer my humble support proffer. Be it unto the deepest abyss or the highest heavens, even if I must needs founder cross stormy seas, ever shall I answer thy summons. I should have saved his for first, fuck. Well, I know I speak to talk to her. Alright, what you got? Spoken your fill, have you? So, I'm thinking to send everyone off. Leave the Rising Stones, yeah? With your permission, then. Your attention, please. At the risk of spoiling the mood, the time of departure is upon us. My capacity as your receptionist, I bid you all safe journeys. Till we meet again. What is that? Oh, Pog! Great.
I suppose we're off to Garlemald then. Though we ought to speak with Lord Emmerich first. If he's received word of any recent developments, we need to know.
'Twould be prudent to purchase some warmer clothes at least. Mayhap we can pick up a few souvenirs for Euless and the others while we're at it.
Where will you all be heading next?
Dravania, there is a book I've been meaning to borrow from the Great Google Library. And I can think of at least one person who will be most displeased should I fail to visit before leaving.
We've no particular destination in mind, but we do intend to stop in Charlia before we set off.
We had thought to ask after the Loporits. I am curious as to how well those who chose to remain are adapting to their changed circumstances.
Might we accompany you then? Raha and I were planning to return to the Baldessian Annex.
Commissions have been piling up in our absence, and they must be dealt with ere we begin our work in earnest.
Estinian, you will return to Rads at Han, will you not?
Aye. For Vritra's benefit, though I've yet to hear the details. I may not stay long.
I see. Then it is here the Scions at last part ways, each to some far-flung corner of the realm.
It's okay, we still got our link portals, right? Just in case.
Perhaps. But I believe one of our number, a rather important one at that, has yet to divulge his plans.
Oh, me? Oh, I got EXs to do, Savage coming up, T
Quite right.
back again in a week.
Indeed.
Just name a few.
Fair point.
So, what's next for our humble adventurer?
I don't know, I'll tell you when Yoshi P releases the patch. Oh, shit. No way. That was a coincidence. No fucking way. I refuse. Better be a fucking coincidence. Finn! Woo! Finn! Yes, stand tall, my friend. Our journey will never end. The fuck does that supposed to mean? What? Just kidding. Hello?
The constancy of this place never ceases to amaze me. An ocean of souls, shimmering and eternal. And yet, something stirs. Yes. Steeped in darkness, deep as starless night, the beast hungers. Alas, I dare not investigate in earnest before the coming of my guiding star, as he foretold. We shall descend to the depths, you and I, to confront the dread beast Pandemonium.
Oh, that's for the raid.
Oh, the sights we shall see. The sights we shall see.
Pandemonium teaser. Okay. Okay. We completed the main scenario quest Endwalker. Quests to unlock new content have become available in Old Charlian. Additionally, you may now enter the dead ends. Yep, okay. Rest well, champion Theros. For now, more adventure. Oh, okay, fine. Sick. Now we can use all this. Woo. Alright. Oh my, I tried to use the thing. We are now done with Endwalker main quest. The goal for tomorrow. I gotta clear my inventory too. The goal for tomorrow is to do Aether Currents, role quest, unlike dungeons, gear grind. That's assuming it doesn't take super long, right? Like this was long as fuck. Like I played like a shit light. I played so much today. Oh my god. But that's the goal over the next couple days, or at least tomorrow, and then as soon as I get my gear grind done, it's into PF for extremes. Just extremes. Yeah, let's go. Oh shit. Them. Yeah, I need to process everything that just happened too. What a good fucking expansion. I came into this with high expectations, and it did not fail. It did not flounder. Yeah. Very well. The mindfucker at every turn was top notch. I'm not gonna lie. No. Anyway, though, that's what we need for right now. Again, goal is to play tomorrow at some point and do Aether Currents, all the good shit. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.